Hey everybody, I'm coming at you from yet another airport lounge, this time here in New York. Want to give you guys a bit of a heads up of what's going on in the credit markets. And I'm going to try to keep it simple, but maybe take this from someone who's traded and managed money through two credit cycles, through economic cycles. A couple things that are happening. We'll keep it sort of real high level, and then we'll go into more in depth over time. First of all, just keep it very simple to the chart. I think will probably be a good way to start. So what you're seeing is basically a series of lower highs in KRE, which is regional banking stocks. You see the high was in 2022, lower high in 24 of last year, so almost 1 year ago, and another lower high. Now we'll see where that goes, but that's something to keep in mind. Um, if you look at something like high yield, right? So we're using our momentum indicator, the HYG ETF. We received a momentum sell signal. Let me quickly adjust this so you can see this in early October, and that momentum sell signal remains intact. And then we can also look at KRE, which is regional banks, where you can see that latest signal, the momentum sell signal came on September 26th, became valid on September 29th. And you can see where we're at right now. So now we're trailing basically the stops. We previously had a buy signal in August that worked nicely until the trailing stop came in place. So that's just the chart to keep it simple. What's really happening though, and again, this is where it pays to have experience and to look at the markets at more than just, a chart chasing game. Um, the issue is really when you look at some of the surface of the souring loans that are coming to surface now. Jeffries, which made a meaningful lower high. I mean, this is classic textbook. Even if all you do is technical analysis in September, and again here, momentum pays, right? It pays to have a process to actually understand when momentum changes. And you can see we received our momentum sell signal on the 2nd of October, and since then, of course, the stock is now down about 22%. So very important being managers. Now, last but not least, and I realize this is going to go maybe a touch beyond sort of what a lot of people are kind of used to look at, but I'm going to quickly. This here is the high yield spreads, and so the best way to kind of look at this is through this chart here, which is all right, here we go. We can look at something called an option adjusted spread, and so we're going to look at basically just the real sort of crap, which is the high yield index. This is kind of the more sort of broad one, and you can see we've basically gone from about 8% to now 9% of yield, right? So these are some pretty massive widenings. I realize for a lot of people, this is the first time you're looking at this kind of stuff. But if you look at the economic cycles and you kind of see how this, when these kind of spreads start blowing out, it ends up being a bit of an issue. Now, I will tell you, if you look at this even just year over year, these yields are still very low compared to where they were literally even just in April, right? Or you take like a 3-year view, and you can see we're just coming off of very low levels. But if nothing else, even look at it from a momentum perspective. So when you see moves like this, and then what's important is to commensurate with moves in equities, right? Which is not something we've seen for the past number of years. This is something to keep in mind. So this is the kind of stuff. This is the real knitting of the economy, and it's too early to tell. But if this stuff starts to bust at the seams, we can get into trouble. So take it for what it's worth from someone who's traded money through 2 credit cycles. I think this is something you do not want to ignore.
If this video helped you, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, you give us a thumbs up like, and if you want to see this approach in action, you will want to join us in our Set the Market morning call, which happens at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, Monday through Thursday. Make sure you join us for that in the link down below. Again, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.